readers. Today we are reading from Time for Kids. It is all about animals around the world and taking care of our planet just in time for Earth Day, which is this Thursday. Remember that you can download your own copy of Time for Kids. You have to ask a parent to help you. It's free right now. I will share this screen with you for a moment so you can see the magazine, and then we'll get started reading. Remember, Time for Kids is all information. It's all facts. They try to share current information with us. Let's see, there's the full screen. You can see this adorable penguin here, and there are scientists in the background. Let's read the title of this issue together. Remember, I want you to try to read the words out loud with me. Ready? Read. Counting penguins. Let's read the subtitle. Ready? Read. In Antarctica, scientists are taking a penguin census to learn about the environment. Census means to systematically and carefully count a population. It can be a population of people, which is actually happening right now in our country, or it can be a population of animals. And from that information, counting carefully, the scientists will learn about the environment, and that's just the area and the characteristics of where they live. I'm going to zoom in so we can read the caption. Remember, a caption is an extra sentence or two that gives us information about a photograph. Ready? Researchers arrive at an island in Antarctica where they will count chinstrap penguins. Remember, their population of the penguins. They are counting how many chinstrap penguins live in a certain environment. And this cute penguin has a black line across its chin, and it looks like a strap, like a helmet strap. When we turn inside, remember that we have our headings up above in yellow. This is called the brief. Do you remember what brief means? Brief means short. And so all of the different pieces of information in the articles on this page are going to be very short. In this issue of Time for Kids, this really great table of contents. So if you wanted to read these red words, those are the headings at the top left on the actual page. The cover story is what I'm going to read with you today. In Antarctica, scientists are counting chinstrap penguins. And that is on what page? 4. The page numbers are way down at the bottom. They're pretty small. This could be really fun to read. I believe if you here and pause the video, you might be able to zoom in and see it on your own. If not, be sure to find this magazine online, download it. Let's turn to page 4. There is so much good information in this issue, and I might even do 2 more articles this week because I'm really interested in the information about animals over the world, and just really fun to look at. Speaking of that, take a minute to look around this page. Okay, I love to look at the pictures first. I'm going to zoom in and look at this. That looks like a cute baby. You don't have to read the pictures first or the captions. You could start with the article, but I'm going to start reading about cute chinstrap penguin family. Ready? Read with me. Chinstrap family. Chinstrap penguins are named for the black band that runs around the throat of an adult bird. So these guys are not adults, they're not grown up, so they don't have chinstrap yet. Okay. And I can read any part of this right now. This little inset, the caption is right here. Let's read it. Ready? Read. Harsh habitat. Rough, icy waters surround the rocky land where this penguin colony makes its home. Wow, that's interesting. Rough, icy waters sound freezing cold and not easy to get to, for people anyway. Our power words, our vocabulary words are census, peninsula, and predator. Let's read census, even though I said that it's an official count. We'll read it again. It's a noun, it's a thing. Ready? Read. An official count of a population. Okay. I'm going to skip peninsula for now and do another one that we know, predator. What's a predator? Yeah, I always think of it as a hunter. It's a noun. It's a person or an animal. Ready? Read. An animal that kills and eats other animals to survive. Okay, there's a caption down here. It's a little bit tricky to see. I'll read it to you this time. Ready? Here I go. 1, 2, 3. Noah Stryker of the Penguin Census team counts chinstraps on Snow Island. So there he is, pointing and counting each one. I wonder how many times they have to count it to make sure that they're correct. Okay. And here's the globe. Here's the world. Okay. Antarctica is at the southern point of Earth. We are way up north. So right here is South America, and we are even farther up here in North America. Let's read the caption. Ready? Read. Look up. 2 students from Northeastern University fly a drone over a colony of penguins. So that's pretty cool. Maybe the drone helps them count and check their count. Okay, I'm going to stay zoomed in so you can see the words with me. We've got the title of the article. We have a subheading, and let's see, how many? Two subheadings in blue. Okay, ready? Here we go. Read with me. Penguin census. Scientists are counting penguins in Antarctica to learn how the environment there is changing. So I'm interested to learn about that. Ready? Read with me. Snow Island, Antarctica. Click, 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 click. Steve Forrest is a biologist. He's standing at the top of a cliff. It's on an island off the coast of the Antarctic Peninsula. Below him are several hundred penguins and their chicks. Forrest's job is to count every one of them with the metal clicker in his hand. It's not easy. It's snowing, the wind is howling, and the fluffy gray chicks won't stay still. Oh man, can you imagine doing that and how difficult that would be? So I skipped over the highlighted word peninsula because I thought I knew what it meant. And as a reader, you don't have to use the glossary if you already know the words. A peninsula is a body or a section of water that is surrounded on like 3 sides by water. So let's read their definition. Ready? Read. Peninsula, noun. It's a thing, it's land. A piece of land that sticks out into water. So that's close. Okay, let's read about his counting experience. Ready? Read. Forrest, remember that's the biologist's name. Forrest has been coming to Antarctica every January for 6 years. He's helping count the area's chinstrap penguins. It's part of a global penguin census. This will help researchers understand the Antarctic environment. So, why would researchers and scientists want to understand the Antarctic environment? I'm not sure. Okay, I might zoom out here. Okay, see this bar here? Because we're on a computer, a Chromebook, I'm gonna click on it and see if we hear anything.
Penguin census, Snow Island, Antarctica. Click, 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 click. Steve Forrest is a biologist. He's standing at the top of a cliff. It's on an island off the coast of the Antarctic Peninsula. Below him are several hundred penguins and their chicks. Forrest's job is to count every one of them with the metal clicker in his. It's not easy. It's snowing, the wind is howling, and the fluffy gray chicks won't stay still. Forrest has been coming to Antarctica every January for 6 years. He's helping count the area's chinstrap penguins. It's part of a global penguin census. This will help researchers better understand the Antarctic environment. Ocean life.
So fun. Okay, so you can click that at any time and hear a reader read the article. I'm going to zoom back in. Okay, I want you to read with me. Ready? Read. Ocean life. There used to be lots of chin straps in Antarctica, but their numbers are declining. That means going down. Why? All the evidence we have points to climate change as being responsible, Heather J. Lynch says. She designed the survey. She made it. Census team member Noah Stryker adds, we know climate change is hitting the Antarctic Peninsula harder than practically anywhere else in the world. Scientists suspect that warming waters affect krill, the tiny creatures that chinstraps eat. This is bad for the ocean food chain. Whales eat krill, so do small fish that larger fish depend on. But krill are hard to study. I wonder why they're hard to study. So researchers focus on penguins. They're easier to track. They return to the same spot each year to lay eggs. If chinstraps aren't doing well, krill probably aren't either. Penguins give us an idea about what is going on in the ocean around us, Forrest says. So stop and think about that for a minute. Tell yourself again why studying penguins helps scientists understand what's going on in the water around the penguins. If you don't remember, you're having trouble answering that question, you can go back and read yourself, or you could click on this arrow again if you have your own copy downloaded, and you can listen to the reader and find out or review why penguins help scientists learn about the water around them. Good readers reread all the time. Okay, now let's keep going. Ready? read. That doesn't mean counting penguins is easy. Chinstraps nest on rocky to protect their eggs from predators. Sometimes scientists use binoculars to count the birds from a distance. Other times, census requires them to brave freezing water in inflatable boats. Inflatable boats, some of you might know this already, but they're boats made of very thick material and they're blown up with air. Almost like an air mattress or a pool toy, but much, much stronger. I'm going to keep reading. Ready? Read with me. It's miserable, it's cold, but we love it, Forrest says. We get to go places where few people have ever set foot. Chinstraps are great climbers, so scientists must be too. And penguins aren't always clean. Their nesting grounds are coated in guano or droppings. You know, you can infer what they're talking about, right? They go to the bathroom right there. So these places are slippery and smelly. Okay, and let's read about the drone assistants. Remember that picture up at the top there. Ready? Read with me. This year, Forrest's research team got help from robotics engineers from Northeastern University. That's in Boston, Massachusetts. The engineers fly a drone over a colony in order to take pictures. The team will use those photos to record the colony's location and size. It will also use them to teach computers how to recognize penguin nests. One day, computers could count penguins. So stop here and think about, why would it be a good idea to have computers count penguins instead of people? All right, ready? Read. Counting penguins is important, Forrest says. The more we learn, the more we know about krill and the ocean animals that depend on them. What's happening in the Antarctic is happening everywhere, he says. When we understand it, we can start fixing it. And this was written by Aaron Baker. So think about what you learned about penguins and the penguin census. Think about where it happens, why it happens. Think about how it happens. You could think about when. I'm not sure if we know when. Maybe we do. Was it January? Yeah. What else? Think about who is there. I want to invite you to write about what you learned about penguins. Now, of course, I'm not going to check on it, but find some paper or pull up a Google Doc and write down those question words: who, what, where, when, why, how. And then next to that, write an answer, or if you're doing this on paper, you could draw your answers. All right, thank you for reading with me, and I will see you next time for another article in this issue of Time for Kids.